You're back for more of the Deuce here on BuzzChomp. I'm Dan Salem, and we're talking second episode of the final season, season 3 of the Deuce. This is like basically when everything starts to crumble, it all falls down.
I'm Mandy.
I'm Dan.
Subscribe to
BuzzChomp. Woo! Every one of our main characters starts to see their world crumble, and that's not surprising because, you know, they ushered in 1985 in the first episode and we're all happy, and now it starts to fall apart. Because this part of the 80s and of life in New York City, it's a big point of change. And so we're going to get to witness it all in this season, right? I mean, the drug trade was at its peak. Pornography is at its peak or peaking. But it's all changing. Times Square, they hinting at the project to clean it up. And the big development, we know what it's like today. It's beautiful. It's a tourist attraction. It was not that way then. It all falls down. Vinny is like holding on to straws with his club at night because the cops busted it up over a misunderstanding, sort of, but it was racial slurs. And then Frankie is trying to get farther into porn, finds himself into kiddie porn, doesn't want to team with Rudy, yet the mob kind of got his start. Rudy seeing his whole operation fall apart around him as the Gottis move in, and we know the Gottis really rule New York City and the mob in the 90s, so they're going to take over. These are just bad omens for everyone involved. Maybe on a positive side, Vinny and his wife are definitely reconnecting, but damn, Vinny and Frankie's father's a little sleazeball. Bobby doesn't have AIDS, but his son's like trying to get into the business, and he may not have AIDS. A few characters do have AIDS. We saw Shay die of complications from AIDS. It's only the first victim of this major disease that's going to sweep through the show. I called it in the last episode. I called it in my predictions. It's inevitable. The police, they're trying to clean up New York City, correct? Yet some of the very members that are trying to clean it up are involved in the underbelly. You can't just do that and not have repercussions. Now, the police and members of the city that are involved and kind of partaking, I don't think they're going to survive either. They're not going to see the fruits of their labor. Candy's kind of making a foray into mainstream society. She's got a rich billionaire boyfriend who has multiple yachts potentially. He's going to fund her next film. But this is kind of an analog to how pornography is becoming mainstream. It's on VHS. People are accepting of it. They are understanding that it is a legitimate industry. They're making lots of films. They may be dirty films. Candy shares her passion and the fact that she is a porn director and that everyone's accepting of it. Her boyfriend's accepting of it. His high-class society group of friends is interested and intrigued by it. This is something new and unique and fun, but it's also a burgeoning industry. And it blows the hell up into a major, major industry. But there are going to be repercussions. And we see with Lori how she's being forced to do some very vile acts on camera because they're trying to push the boundaries already and try to do something new and different. In order to cope, she's getting deeper and deeper into drugs, deeper and deeper into coke. She's running from the police because of her coke problem. I kind of think that she's going to be a victim. I called this before. It's just hinting at the fact Lori is going to be a victim of her own self-destruction. And that's kind of the arc of this entire show. Whereas Candy kind of evolved away from her self-destruction as a prostitute into something where she can be artsy and actually be proud of it and showcase it. Vinny is trying to stay above his self-destruction yet hasn't escaped. Frankie is spiraling into his self-destruction. Rudy is spiraling into his self-destruction. Cece spiraled into his self-destruction and died. Shay spiraled into it and died. Lori's spiraling into it. Almost every character has spiraled into it. I don't think they're going to come out the other end. Candy is, Vinny is, maybe because Bobby's a crap face and just kind of lucks by in life, might also come out of it. But I think his wife's going to leave him. This show's not having a happy ending. Don't kid yourself. That 80s period of, yeah, let's do coke, it didn't end well for most people involved. And the porn industry, it came out better the other side. This period of time, it didn't end well for most people. Sometimes you got to hit a low before you can reach a new high, pun intended. And we know what happened in New York City. The streets got swept clean. Gotti took control from the outskirts and not in Manhattan. That doesn't bode well for Rudy. And his number two is like high all the time. That guy's not lasting. Someone's going to take him out. There's AIDS kills. There's drug overdoses. There's mob wax. This show is like just teetering day by day. It had like the perfect song in this episode to hint at what's happening. Just take it one day at a time, right? Yeah, as it all starts to crumble around you and then boom, all falls down. Game over, man. I'm Dan Salem. You've been watching my video on the Deuce here on BuzzChomp. This is only the second episode of the final season, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm predicting multiple deaths. You comment below with your predictions. What do you think is going to happen in this show? Do you like how it's playing out? There's just something about this that is really fun to watch. I love the show. Can't exactly pinpoint why.
Thanks for watching BuzzChomp.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Share.
Woo.